Alright, in this video, you probably clicked on it because you were bored, or I haven't posted in a long time, and you really don't care what I've done, what anything, so I'm not gonna even talk about it. Well, in this case, we're gonna learn. I'm gonna teach you a little bit of how to play chess. It could be either you want to be a loved one, you want to be some guy in school in chess because he's better than you, or you want to beat that one friend that's always beating you all the time and you never get the chance to beat him again because you don't know how to play. Or you want to learn to play in general, or you want to finally beat your grandpa or dad in this game so you can prove you're better than him. Anyways, when I mentioned the word chess, the first thing that probably came to some of y'all's mind is, I'm too cool for chess. I don't need chess. I like sports. I like motorcycles. I like other things. I'm too cool for chess. I don't need this. Chess is boring, you know? I'm a checkers kind of guy, you know? I like checkers because chess is too boring. It's too hard. It's too hard. It's for those smart people, you know? Alright, oops. Yeah, whatever. The other thing y'all have probably heard, I'm gonna regret doing this, I really am. You've probably heard that chess is for college nerds. And, people are afraid to get close to the game of chess because of their social life. And they're afraid that the word nerd is going to get imprinted on the top of them. And they also, it's a thing, I don't know why, but people think, oh, people that play chess are nerds, you know, glasses and braces and college things. No. Because you play chess doesn't mean you're gonna get social status of a nerd. Sure, you're gonna get that one-time calling. Hey, look, it's the nerd, haha! What are you doing? Playing chess? Look at this kid. Oh my god, he's a nerd. Nah, me? You'd never catch me doing that. Nerd! Normal Carlos here. So yeah, you might get that calling from time to time, like I have, which is 2 times in my life already, and a teacher calling me out for it. But I bet you those type of people are the people who like to get the center of attention for all of their things, and I bet they're not even the smart ones, the people who don't even know what 2 plus 2 is. Literally. Go look at the guy.
2 plus 2, 2. Oh my god, I'm gonna fail. Can I see your answers real quick?
No, look at your own paper.
Can I see your answers? I'll just guess. 2 plus 2 is... I know. 5. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right.
The answer's 4. Anyways, enough about the fun, exciting stuff. Sure, there's gonna be some laughter in this video, but we're gonna learn the wonderful game of chess, piece by piece, pawn, rook, knight, bishop, queen, king, and a few rules of the game, and I'll do this step by step, talking about each piece, how they move, what they do, and then a few of the rules like the en passant, check, checkmate, queen castling. Am I missing something? I don't think so. Yeah, technically, that's about it. The first piece we're going to start off with is, of course, the king. The king is the center of attention in a chessboard. And what you want to do is you want to capture this piece. This is your most important piece in the entire game. though the queen is your strongest, but the king is the most important. The king, if it's here, it can only move in one square around it. So it can move here or in a circle around it if it's in a white square. So if there's a queen, and let's say the queen moves, where can it move? Here. Then this, since the queen is attacking the king, is check. Here, the king can move to a safe square to get out of check. I sound like one of those videos. Well, we call this the most important piece and the most laziest piece of chess because the king does nothing the entire game. Sure, if there is a piece next to it available to take, then the king can take. If that piece is guarded by another piece, then the king cannot take. This is check, so it has to move to a safe square. And now, this, moving the rook down, is checkmate. Eventually you'll learn the movements of the rook and the queen, so you'll know if it's checkmate. Here, the king is in check by the rook, and it has no safe squares to go to available. So this is checkmate. Yeah, laziest piece. If it's in check, if it's under attack, you run away. It's that simple. If it's near you and you can take it, take it. That's all. The next piece we're going to learn about is the rook. The rook is a simple piece. It technically moves in a straight and horizontal. So it goes up and down, side to side, all over the board wherever it gets the chance. Let's say there is a pawn there and a pawn here, then it can take either one of these pawns. But if its own piece is right there, then it cannot go through that piece, so it has to take another one. You're not forced to take, because this is not checkers, unlike the guy over there likes to play. Yeah. Anyways, so you cannot go through a piece. That is the rook. The special thing about the king and the rook is that if your king, these are the rules of castling. This going this way, which is when the king moves over, and so does the rook, is queenside castling. If your king decides to king, there's also kingside castling, like that. So the rules to castle is that your king cannot move from its original square. If it has, then that means you are no longer available to castle. If either one of your rooks has moved, if this moved here, you can't castle queenside. You have to castle kingside. Well, you don't have to. It's a choice. And if this rook has moved, you are no longer available to castle kingside. You have to castle queenside if you want. Another thing is that you cannot... Where's my queen? Right here. You cannot castle through check. If you castle, then you're going to end up castling through check. Your rook will pass through check. Or I could also put the example of right here. See? Oh, wait, no. That's wrong. There you go. See? That? And that's where the king will end up. No. Yes? Yes. And then it'll be check. So that would be bad. Because you do not want to put your king in check. And same thing goes for kingside castling. If you're here, you can't castle because it's check. So that's the rules of castling. I forgot to mention, you can't castle while you're in check. I've seen many people try to get out of checks because of that. It does not work. You're not allowed to do that. A rook, and a queen. No, king. So king. This game seems a little interesting. Sounds like war, you know? Yeah, I think I might actually like this game.
The next piece we will learn about is the beautiful bishop. The bishop, there are 2 bishops in the game. There are 2 pieces of everything except for a queen and a king. And pawns, there's a whole bunch of, a little army. The bishop, easiest way to remember is it moves in an X. So if it's in the white squares, it stays in the white squares. So it goes up, side, up, down, and all the way down as long as that square permits it. So that means if there's a pawn here, that's yours, you can't take it. If there is a pawn in front of you for the bishop, you cannot take it. You cannot just go, ooh, a pawn, yippee. No, that's wrong, no. It has to be in your diagonal. You're not forced to take it. You can move around, you could or if you want to, if it's available, then you can take it. So that's how the bishop works. Next up, the queen. The queen moves like a rook and bishop. So technically it can go up, down, side to side, wherever it can go, as long as there is no pawns, then you can't pass through those either way. So that means it can go all around right here, all the way to the sides, all the way up and down if there's no pawn or any other piece. Not just pawns, any of your pieces. And don't say, oh, so that means if there's a black piece, I can jump over it and get over it? No, that's with no pieces. It's either you get in front of it, which it's going to take you, because that's the special ability of a pawn. You either take the pawn or, I don't know, you just can't go through any of the pieces. What else is special about a queen? Yeah, I think that's about it for the queen. So yeah. The one weirdest piece in chess is the knight. Why? Is because the knight is the only piece that is allowed to jump over other pieces. The knight moves in an L shape. Technically for the smarter people, if you want it in a more sophisticated way, 1 forward, backward, side to side, and 1 diagonal, which would be 1 forward, 1 diagonal, in either way. But technically it's in an L, so it starts here, 1, 2, either side, and that makes an L. So L, L, or L. Now, if you saw, I jumped over this piece. Didn't I say before that you can't jump over pieces or take pieces? Well, the knight is a special nutcase for some reason. Don't know why. 18th century stuff, I don't know. Well, the knight moves in an L, like I already said, so there. And it takes in an L too, so don't mean, oh, there's a pawn right there, that means I can, whoops. That means I can take it. No, it doesn't work that way. If there's a pawn here and the knight is there, then yes, you can take. Because it moves in an L. But, yes, it still works the same for a blockade. If the knight's here, it cannot jump to this square because there's already a pawn taking it, which is or one of the other pieces or some other piece. You can take the other piece, but if there's another piece guarding it, it's a sacrifice or whatever. But here, it's a thing, so you could take. You can't take that because it's blocked. That square's blocked, but you can take this one. And what we call a fork in chess, when you get a fork or an en passant in chess, those are the best feelings in the world. Trust me, they really are. Ask any chess player, it is the best. Alright, let's say there's a queen and king there. Whoops. Hold up. Okay, right there, right? And then let's say, oh, dumb black over here, black pieces, want to try to take that take that knight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this down 1. Oh no, my knight's under attack. Well, a fork is when you put two high value pieces and you're going to take one either way. So right here, the best move would be here, which it would be check, and you would fork the king and the queen. So here, the king is forced to move, and then you could just take their most valuable piece, the queen. And then you can rejoice as you watch your opponent miserably suffer the entire game as you just won their queen. They might even resign. They might even cry. Who knows? I once had an opponent. I took his queen. At the end of the game, we shook hands. We walked out. And I remember this clearly. He said, "It's time for me to cry now." And I never saw him again. So yeah, that was fun. Hey, nerd. I need some help, bro. Yeah, what do you need help with? Yo, man, I'm failing math, man. You gotta help me out, bro. If I don't pass this next test, man, they're gonna kick me out of football. Bro, I got a reputation to hold, man. You gotta help me, man. Come on. Also, don't tell anyone, alright? But I wanna learn to play chess too. How do you play? Don't tell anyone or I'm gonna come after you, alright? Alright? You want me to help you? Sure, I can do that. But you wanna learn to play chess? What happened to you calling me a nerd? You called me a nerd not long ago and you were making fun of me with your group of friends. Yeah, man, I'm sorry about that, bro. I'm really sorry, man. I mean, I meant that at the time. I called you a nerd and all the other things, but, you know, chess really looked exciting, you know? So I just wanted to try it, see how good it can be, you know? Just, yeah? Are you forgiving me? Yeah? We cool? We good? Yeah, I guess we're cool. Next step into all of this process is the pawn. In my opinion, the pawn is the hardest piece to learn because it has so many rules. Right now I'm only going to teach you the placement of how the thing and the pawns, and I think I'm going to call it that quits for the video. Also, what I see in my head when I take opponents' pieces because they left them free. That's going to be a fun one. Hopefully, if I can get it right, it's going to be fun. But yeah, technically in the next video, if I make a next one, God knows if I do, then I'll teach you about openings and other things. So yeah, I'm gonna start closing up this video. Now we move on to the final piece of the puzzle, the pawns. How you play with the pawns is that this is the beginning square of pawns. In the beginning, pawns can either move once or twice, starting from once or twice. And then after that one move or two moves, then it moves one time the rest of the way. If a pawn is met with another pawn in front of it, it cannot take. It cannot. That is not allowed. But if there is a pawn to any diagonal in front of it, or any other queen, king, anything, then it is allowed to take. Yeah. Okay, en passant. So, if there's a pawn here, right? And you try to evade that pawn by going twice, you have the option of en passant, which is you go diagonal, and you take his piece. But the en passant can only work one time. So after this, if you decide to make a queen move to take this pawn right here, then you are no longer allowed to en passant. You are not forced to en passant. You are not forced to jump any pieces. This is not a game of checkers. Please, don't. Alright, if a pawn gets to reach all the way to the end, then this pawn has the opportunity to become a rook, knight, bishop, or queen. It cannot become a king, but it can become a queen. Only if it reaches the opponent's other side. Now, the positioning is set like this. In a chessboard, empty chessboard, there will always be a black tile to the left hand. Then it's rook, knight, bishop, queen, king, bishop, knight, I'm forgetting my pieces, and rook. Special thing about the queens is that the queens, when setting up, they will be in the same color. So the queen will be here in white, and this queen will be in black. In a game of chess, white always goes first. Don't know why, it's just like that. And then there is the chess clock. Chess clock works both two timers, both will add time, and then after your turn, just click the button, the other timer will start. And after the opponent's turn, he will click timer, and the other one will start. And you just keep going that until either checkmate happens, resignment happens, or you run low on time. So yeah. You know, this game of chess really is interesting. I really like it. I hope y'all liked it too. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. You know, it doesn't take a day to become a grandmaster. It's one of those things where you have to play 10,000 hours to be able to get good at it. And I finally learned that 2 + 2 is fish. It's 4.
It's 4. It's 4. 4. So remember, kids, stay in school, play some chess if you're into it, and 2 + 2 is 4. Catch you on the next one. Get out of my way, pawn. It's checkmate now. I win this game. Wait. Why is it not game over? Who is that?
I see you.
No. This can't be. No. Don't do this. Stay back.
Come here, boy.